Hello guys, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Favor Jerry. So on the 16th of this month, May, was my parents' 34th year wedding anniversary, and I earlier thought that I was going to be doing this video alongside them, but some factors stepped in, came into play, and so I'll be doing this video alone. Okay, so how they got married, they got to know, and that they were meant to get married to each other, and every other thing surrounding their getting married, and the journey so far has been an inspiration to me, and I feel it could also bless someone out there, so I decided to share. So that is what this video is going to be all about. Stay tuned and enjoy this video. So some time ago, I wasn't there. I was told, and and yeah, it's an inspiration. So while my mom was growing up, and she had her dad died earlier when she was a child. I mean a child of less than 5 years old or thereabout. I can't really place it now. Her dad died and she had to stay around. So she had to stay around, and also at a very tender age, when she was in secondary school, her uncle had wanted her to get married to someone who came with a car and all. But she knew what she wanted for her future at that tender age, so she looked for every possible means to flee. So yeah, when she was a bit older and she was born again, I met my parents as pastors, and up till now they are and are serving God fervently. Everyone who comes around them with a clear conscience will testify to that fact. So she was already born again, and my dad was a brother in the fellowship where she attends. So another brother in the fellowship approached her and told her about getting married to her. So she said she was going to pray about it. So she went into prayers. According to her, while she was praying, she got a revelation, and she saw herself in the future with that person. She saw herself in the future with that person, and it wasn't cool at all. I won't go into much detail on that, but it wasn't cool. So she kept praying, and definitely God told her that he wasn't the one for her. So she told him. And the good thing was that when God told her that he wasn't the one for her, God actually revealed the person that he wanted for her to her, which is my dad. So while she was praying, so coincidentally, and that particular person was okay, was doing well financially, and was even ready to support her in her academics and all. But there was, according to the story I was told, there was a time she needed financing in her academics, and that fellow came in and brought the money to her, but she wasn't led to use it, so she returned the money back to the person. So, and this particular person is a friend to this other brother. So he told this other brother that look at it, I'm in love with this sister, and I'd like her to get married to me. And I told her about it, and she turned me down. So this other brother went to his knees in prayers, and he was praying to God to convince this sister to accept his friend. So while he was praying, God spoke to him and said that, do you want me to give your wife to someone else? Do you want me to give your wife to someone else? And according to him, he was shocked and was like, and definitely nobody wants his wife given to someone else by God, especially someone who understands the things of the spirit, understands the will of God in marriage and all of that. So he diverted his prayers. He's like, this is my friend in the picture, and then he's already interested in this lady. So how will it play out? As in, how is it going to look like? So he asked God to take charge of everything, and he just prayed about it, and definitely the prayer point changed at that time. So after a while, he told my mom about it, and before then she already knew. So she already knew. But she was fighting it because as at that time, my dad was a primary school teacher, and you can imagine how that is. You can imagine how that is. Yeah, you can imagine how that. According to her, she was like, she can't marry a primary school teacher. Primary school teachers' wives are always going to the market to measure rice in cup, and that is not the kind of life she wants to live. So she was already praying against it. She also said that their curtains in the house does not reach the ground. So she was praying and tried to tell God to change his mind, to give her someone else. So that was her prayers. But when God insisted, God, who knows the end of a thing from the beginning thereof, he knows the end of everything from the beginning thereof. Yes, God does. So God, who knows the end of every man from the beginning, insisted that was who he has for her. She took it and accepted, and they prayed about it. They all prayed about it. Definitely the other brother had to understand. He also understands the things of the spirit, and he understands how God works. So he had to accept it. And that was how they agreed to get married. That's how they agreed to get married. So while they were on it and all, meeting the families and everything, my dad was not having enough money. So he tried convincing his people to talk to her people so that they could just, do the traditional, do something small on her head, and then she can move to her husband's house as per those days, how it is now, how it is then. So they could do small thing on her head, and so they could do small thing on her head, and she could just go to her husband's house, and while time goes on, they keep paying the debt gradually and all. But she told them that here she is, she's not running away. So the brother should go and make money enough to handle all the expenses at that time. To handle all the expenses, you should go and make enough money to handle all the expenses and come back. That she'll be here waiting. They were born again and in church at that particular time. So that was how she wanted it. So they had to wait one more year or thereabouts to come back to do everything in full. So at long last, they did everything in full and they got married. And that marriage today is 34 years by the mercies of God. I've stayed with they are my parents, so definitely I grew up with them, and they brought me up in the fear of God, brought me up, I and my siblings up and all. So I can testify to the fact that it hasn't been easy. The road has not been completely smooth, but by the help of God, it's been worthwhile. I don't know if I'm a good storyteller, but I hope you're getting me. I hope you're following. I hope you're able to pick and to comprehend and understand what I'm saying properly. So, fast forward to 34 years later, which was on the 16th. All the excuses she was giving God about how the life of a teacher is and how their families are and all is a total different thing right now, because her husband is no longer a primary school class teacher but a medical doctor. Yes, a whole lot had happened this 34 years, and her husband is now a medical doctor. So this particular aspect is just, I'm bringing it up to let you know that it doesn't matter what that man is right now, or how he looks like right now, or how that woman is right now, or how she looks like right now, but I want you to know that as long as it is God directing you, as long as it is God going on asking you to take that step, He's definitely going to go on it with you. Once God is in your boat, it cannot sink. Yes, the storm is going to rage. It's going to shake. The marriage might shake. The relationship might shake. And it might shake you both and all. But as long as Jesus is in the boat, He's definitely going to arise and say, peace be still. And no storm can withstand His voice. No storm can remain when God is speaking. No storm can go contrary to His pronunciation or His declaration. I hope this video was able to pass a message across to you. If it did, please drop a comment. And if you have a contrary opinion, do drop your comment and let us know in the comment section. So please ensure you subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I really do appreciate you, and God bless you. Thank you. I love you.